Good afternoon and welcome everyone to the first look at the Institute for Ethics in Government's third home on the internet. I'd like to thank everyone very much for joining us today. And we're very excited to share with you some of what we've been working on in the background over the last year. You may have found that some of the infrastructure we have on the IEG website is maybe looking a little bit dated. And we've heard some of the frustrations as our library has grown, and we've been working very hard to improve the Institute for Ethics in Government and bring it up to kind of the modern standard of the rest of OGE's web properties. So today we'll be sharing with you some of the new features. Some of them are live, some of them will be going live in the next couple of weeks. But we're excited to share them with you and give you an opportunity to start using some of those features today. Before we get started, I'm Patrick Shepard. I'm one of the instructors here at OGE's Institute for Ethics in Government, and I'm very pleased to be joined today by Megan Kunkel, my colleague.
Thanks, Patrick. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Megan Kunkel. I work with Patrick in the Institute for Ethics in Government, and I've been here now at OGE coming up on a year, so shy of how long they have been working on these updates. So I'm excited to share them all with you this afternoon.
Great, thanks. Before we get started, I want to thank the members of the ethics community who contributed to this effort. I know some of the people on this call probably were in some of those very early focus groups more than a year ago, and those were extremely helpful in giving us direction for prioritizing the features and new areas of the website to provide. And for those of you who aren't familiar with this process, or maybe don't remember because it's been a while now, we had an opportunity for ethics officials at all stages of career development, whether they be leaders, new ethics officials, part-time ethics officials, to join us and share with us how they use the Institute for Ethics in Government and how they would like to be able to more efficiently use the Institute for Ethics in Government's webpage. And it really provided us a lot of clarity in where to focus our efforts and which features were most important. And I will caveat that we had a very, very long list of features that people would prefer. And like all agencies, we are resource constrained. So within available resources, we were able to provide those, prioritize the types of features that ethics officials told us they most needed. And hopefully we've done a good job. I'll leave it to you all to be the judge of that. But there are definitely features that people asked us for that just weren't available within the current resource situation at the Institute for Ethics in Government. So we've provided as much as we can within the capabilities that we have. And we do really hope and are grateful to the ethics officials who provided us direction for using those resources and our efforts over the past year. So I think I'm going to turn it over to Megan to share with you the outcome for one of those groups. So go ahead.
Thanks, Patrick. And just before we get started, can everyone give us some thumbs up that you can indeed see the screen that Patrick's sharing? Hey, I see those coming
Excellent.
in. All right, good. Okay, so that first group of individuals are our new ethics officials, or those of you who maybe aren't necessarily new to ethics, but you've just been delegated a new responsibility. So for the purposes of this conversation and showing you what we have, let's just pretend that you have just been delegated a new responsibility. You're going to be managing your agency's confidential financial disclosure program. Maybe some of you can really relate to this situation. But when you come to our new homepage, you'll want to click on the tab at the top for new ethics officials. And when you get here, you'll see that we have several quick start guides. And our new quick start guides will help you introduce you to a fundamental ethics topic or task, like confidential financial disclosure review. And they'll also provide you some next steps to continue your learning. Now, you can find these here on that page that Patrick was just showing you, or you can go to our new course library. And you can use the advanced filters, and you'll see here on the far right is a filter to filter by format, and you'll see the quick start as an option. Now, this will show you all of the quick starts that we currently have available. And we're looking for confidential financial disclosure help, so we click on that one. And this example shows you what a typical quick start guide will look like. So you'll have a short video that's probably right about 10 minutes in length, and it covers the content that is set forth in the objectives below it. And then further down, you'll see some next steps. So here, it'll take you to learn more using a quick start guide for legal geography, or you can go to our course of study on confidential financial disclosure. So our courses of study, we used to call these curricula. So you might be familiar with what these look like. And they're going to be located on the Quick Start guides as the next step. But you can also, again, go to our course library and you can filter for them in the format filter. So you see courses of study there. And we have several of those already developed. But again, we're looking at confidential financial disclosure. So you would want to click on that one, and you'll click on it to access it using the title column. Oh, there we go. Actually, if you go back one, we have our course of study on confidential financial disclosure. Okay, so we have a couple of different options for confidential financial disclosure because we have so much on this particular topic in our library. But these curricula are now courses of study, will be a central location with our training resources and other resources documents that you can use to find more relevant trainings to continue your education in this particular task. So as a new ethics official, or as someone who's new to this particular topic, you would first want to look at our guides, our quick start guides, and then follow those next steps to complete your learning journey. Now, I do want to mention that we are aware that many of you might be new in the ethics community. Maybe you're just joining us, or you are finding yourselves doing new topics within ethics. So we are tailoring a lot of our new live offerings to help support you as you make this transition or as you do these new duties. And you will be able to find these new live offerings hopefully a lot more easily now. We do advertise them in our OGE listserv announcements, but you can also go to our new schedule tab. And you can see here, Patrick has our calendar pulled up, and you'll be able to see upcoming live offerings. And when you click on them in the course calendar, it will show you the course page and the link to register to attend. So now, those listserv messages can sometimes get buried in your inboxes. Now you'll be able to find them more easily in this new schedule tab. And now Patrick will show how we're going to support another group in the ethics community.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks very much. And yeah, this was something we heard a lot about, was that new ethics officials weren't sure where to start. So we tried to address that with the new ethics officials area that Megan just discussed. And another group that we heard from that felt like we could do a better job supporting them were ethics leaders who were using the Institute for Ethics in Government to help develop their staff members. So this is another area that we've put some focus on. And we have a special location for ethics leaders. So if that's your situation, maybe you're leading an ethics program and your primary interaction with the Institute for Ethics in Government is to find opportunities to develop and ensure your staff members are properly prepared for the ethics duties that they are taking on. We've created a section of the new IEG website for you. And again, this portion of the website, the new homepage, will be live in the coming weeks. The library is available in beta form for you to use now, and we'll show you a little bit how to do that later. But this is the area for ethics program leaders. And one of the things we've done is collated those courses of study for you. So if you're looking to get someone up to speed, maybe from zero, where they've not performed a function before, all the way up to working competence, these are a very good first step. We'll also be adding a video to this page using the IEG for ethics program leaders. So it's about a 6-minute video, and it provides 5 recommendations for how you can use the Institute for Ethics in Government to help your staff members develop and stay sharp in their skills. And the first of those is to use it for onboarding. These courses of study are good for new ethics officials. They are also very good for ethics officials taking on new responsibilities. We also think it's a good idea to use IEG offerings as a routine part of your business practices. So maybe selecting one of the short offerings or one of the quick start guides from the OGE IEG library and watching and discussing it at your regular team meetings of the ethics staff. We also offer a number of programs through the Institute for Ethics in Government that you can encourage your ethics practitioners to use, and you can learn about these under recurring programs. And one of them that we think is very important, and you may be familiar with, is the Professional Ethics Practitioner Certificate. And this is an annual certificate that OGE offers to any ethics practitioner who has taken 6 PEP credits. So if you're in a situation where you're managing others, making this part of the individual development plans or other learning plans for your staff might be a good idea. You can also help add value here by providing direction to staff to where to focus their professional ethics practitioner efforts. We are content agnostic here at the IEG. It doesn't matter to us which 6 classes you take. We figure you're in a better position than we are to know what would be most helpful to you in your situation. But as ethics program leaders, helping staff to develop career goals for their own professional ethics development is a way that you can add value to that program, and hopefully for that program to add value to your programs. Another thing you might consider is putting forward a candidate for the Accelerated Curriculum in Ethics. This is a 4-month program of roughly 70 hours of in-person or online instruction that we offer each summer. And those applications are announced in the springtime. So in the March, April area, DEOs, ADEOs, and points of contact will receive an email from us, and we'll have a notice on the Institute for Ethics in Government that we're accepting applications. And you can nominate a member of your staff for that program. So that's another way the IEG is trying to help ethics program leaders with their staff development. And finally, if you're an ethics program leader, we have offerings for you as well. So we provide orientations for new designated agency ethics officials and alternates. We likewise advertise those through the DEO, ADEO, and point of contact list. So if you are new to one of those positions, we hope you join us at our next session. And also, there are lots of offerings that, some of our live offerings that are very good for ethics program leaders. For example, our peer-to-peer workshop series. And you'll be able to find those on the IEG homepage, as well as in listserv messages you'll receive in your inbox. And just a quick note about how the homepage is going to help you orient yourself to our offerings. One of the things we heard is that the listserv messages are very good, but we all get a lot of email, and sometimes it can be very difficult to look back and find a message. Maybe you accidentally deleted it, you forgot what the dates are. We will be archiving all of the training-related listserv messages under what's new. So if you're looking for the last communication from the IEG out to the ethics community, it will be available here in reverse chronological order, just like on the OG homepage with some of our other documents, so you won't have to worry about keeping up with those. Likewise, one of the things we'll be using under featured resources that's important for ethics program leaders are, we'll be using the section for sort of seasonal offerings. We send some of those composite listserv messages with a lot of other resources, and we'll be duplicating those efforts here on the homepage as well. So that's a very brief look at how we are trying to support ethics program leaders and help you to better use OGE's resources to develop your staff members. And I'll turn it back over to Megan, where we're going to take a look at our new features, much improved, hopefully, features to help you find courses or whatever you're looking for in the IEG's library.
Thanks, Patrick. Yes, I must say I'm really excited about this part. And for those of you that came to the IEG library before, the biggest difference you'll notice on this page is that there is an actual search bar now. Before, when you came to this page, there were some filters on the left-hand side that you would click or unclick to filter through the different courses that we have available. but that was a bit limiting, or it meant that you had to sift through a number of courses. So now we have the full text search, which actually searches not only within the titles and the subjects that we have of our courses, but it also searches within the content of those courses. So the training videos, the things that we say in those videos, all of that is searchable now in this full text search. So let's say that every time you get a complex 18 USC 208 question, you like to refer back to this training that you once watched where they had this very specific example about the trucking industry. Now, this is a detail that you wouldn't have been able to search our library using before, but now you can. So Patrick's typed in trucking industry here, and when you click search, you will see that it actually pulls up that relevant training, which is on particular matters. So this is possible because we've added the transcripts for our training videos to the course pages. So if Patrick, if you click on that course, you'll be able to see that the transcripts are located on the right-hand side under the course information. So you don't need to watch this training all over again, right? You just wanted to hear that specific trucking industry example. You could open this document and you can look to see exactly where the instructors talk about it. And you would be able to fast forward into the training to get that example that really helps you think through these types of questions. All right, so let's go back to the library because that's not the only new feature. Let's say you want to do a broader search about particular matter. So when you type that into the full text search up at the top, you can use the search criteria underneath that to filter for what you're looking for. So let's say you are pursuing that PEP certificate that Patrick mentioned earlier. So you want to watch a training video that is PEP credit eligible. So you choose that. And just for your awareness, if you're looking for something that has PEP credit, you would not want to choose include archived because archived courses aren't going to be PEP eligible. All right, so he's got PEP video selected and he hits search. But we might have to clear, actually, yeah, in the middle there, Patrick, if you clear the clear all button for course of study, I think that's why. There we go. So for particular matter, you'll have 29 different courses that have to do with particular matter. Maybe it's said during the training, maybe it's part of the title, right? So that's still a lot of courses to sift through. You could use the advanced filters to further narrow your search results. So let's say here in the subject, you want to look for courses that are really involved with conflicts of interest. Now, you will notice that our team has done a very good job of going back and re-tagging our courses. You might have seen before that a lot of our offerings used to be tagged as related to conflicts of interest because it is such a key role that key task that we're always thinking about in our ethics work. But we've been a lot more intentional in our tagging now. So this will only show you 9 of those original 29 results. So we've narrowed it down some more. But you can further narrow your results by using the table below. So each header will allow you to sort through the results. So let's say you have limited time available. So you want to find a shorter video to watch. So you can click on that table header and it will sort through the videos to show you the shortest ones. And another great thing too is that this table will also show you the date of the offering. So you'll be able to see which trainings are more recent, which are older. So if you're looking for a newer training that's less than 30 minutes, sorting through the results using the table headers will get you a training that meets your needs. So when you came to this page before, maybe you used Control F to search through our courses by the title or keywords of the title. So if you liked to do this, you're still able to do that on our page. So you can still do the Control F search, or you can use the little search bar right above the table results that Patrick has there. And when you search using this, it works similar to the Control F search. So it searches all of the words in the table itself. So this is really helpful if you do recall the name of a training or if you recall keywords in it. So earlier when we searched for full text search using particular matter, we had 29 results. But using this little mini search bar, it just searches for the words in the table, and that will get you to that particular matter training that you were trying to find. So this is a really good way to search if you do recall the names of our trainings. Patrick, anything else to show off about this new these new search capabilities? It can do a lot more now for
Yeah,
sure.
Yeah, I just maybe a note briefly about archived courses. So we produce new things on the same topics all the time, but we did hear from ethics officials that there are certain examples, maybe in an old class, you really liked how one of the facilitators explained something, or you really liked a particular example, and that you would be sad if we got rid of those. So rather than just deleting them so that they're no longer available, we include this button, include archives. So by default, you will not see archived courses. But if you're looking for something older that's maybe been superseded by a newer training or a change in laws and regulations, you can click include archived and you'll be able to see those older trainings when you search. Another thing we've done here under the advanced features is by default, these are hidden. So if you're a new person who's not familiar maybe with all of the words that we know and love as ethics practitioners, and you're just coming to the library for the first time, we tried to keep things as simple as we possibly could, so that the first course of action is the term or topic. You put it into the search box, push the search button, and see the most relevant features. But if you do like those filters and you are familiar with the terms that we use every day as ethics practitioners, we have the plain language terms if you are someone who prefers plain language. And we also have the citations. So if you're someone who thinks in the citations like I do, you can navigate easily to courses primarily functioned on each of these. And Megan mentioned this, and I just want to emphasize it, which is that we did a big rethink of the tagging. People told us that having everything tagged with basically all of the tags was not helpful because you got too many false positives. So if something is tagged as, for example, covering confidential financial disclosure, that's because it's about confidential financial disclosure, not that it mentions it, not that we think about it, or it's a topic adjacent to, or a facilitating topic. It means that the class is about confidential financial disclosure. So that was something we heard in the way of feedback. And we said, okay, we'll go back through the hundreds of entries. We'll move out all those old tags and put in new ones. So hopefully everyone finds that to be helpful. And if you find those to be too, maybe too large of filter, that they are working too effectively to narrow your options, you can just clear all these, not use this, and focus on the full text search, which will give you those sort of old kind of results where if we mention conflict of interest, it'll appear in the search results. So hopefully everyone finds this to be helpful. And another note is that you can use this right now. So this part of the website is live. So if you visit OGE's Institute for Ethics and Government right now, you will see that we've added a new button here called Preview New Course Library. And if you click on that, you get this page and you can begin using this to navigate among and between our course pages. So we're going to have this up as a feature. We've not taken away the old library. You can visit the old on-demand library if I don't know why you want to do that, but if you have some affinity for it, maybe nostalgia, you can do so. But you'll find the same courses in both places. But we wanted everyone to be able to have an opportunity to practice using this before we do the entire go live.
Yeah, Patrick, I'm glad you mentioned that.
Sure.
That was a question actually received in the chat, whether this was accessible now. So that
Yes.
hopefully that answers your question. On the left-hand side of our current page, you'll be able to preview the new course library. And we also have a question, Patrick.
Sure.
Someone has created like a favorite link, on their
Yep.
browser to go to our pages. Are the actual URLs going to change, or
That is a
is it a
really
good
good
question?
question.
I mean,
Right
it
now,
should still directly link to our homepage, right? So as long as you go to our
yes.
homepage to get there, it would be.
Yeah, so I think for right now, if you've linked to a particular course, the course pages have not moved. We're not fully over the hurdles we need to get to have a go live with the new homepage. So I don't want to promise that they won't move. I will say that we don't want them to move because we have a similar problem. So we're going to do our very best to keep things where they are. So if you have links to courses you like to go back to, hopefully those will continue. But I can't make that promise right now.
And Patrick, it appears there is an issue currently that they're working on. So if you're not able to gain access to IEG at the moment, please come
Oh,
back to preview the new course library when it's back up and running.
oh, okay. And let's see, there are a couple of other features that I just wanted to point out that were some smaller things that ethics officials asked us for. One is that for those of you pursuing CLE credit, you often need to include information about the facilitator. So we've done two things to assist with that. One, under contact to the IEG, our bios, the IEG instructors' bios are available here. So if you need that information, it's available. The other thing going forward, we will include instructor bios in the course information. So people asked us for that. It's an easy request to meet. So we have that as part of our regular course page geography and sort of layout now. So that should be available to you as well. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. You'll find all your course information here. This header will be going away when we go live, and we'll be using this new navigation. So this will be a more consistent look and feel from the OGE homepage. So hopefully that's familiar. Other information. So yeah, here you can see instructor bios and the transcripts are available as well. So we've tried to make this a little tidier, a little easier to use. And I think those are the highlights that we wanted to cover today. And we do have a few minutes for some questions. So I think we'll go ahead and end the recording portion of this presentation, and we can open it up in the chat for any questions.